What I'm going to do today is do a little mulching with our product, which is Nature's Perfect Mulch. It's a mulch made with STA certified Composting Council compost, which means it goes through a testing process. What its benefits are for you is it gives you soil amendment for slow release nutrition, also water retention, and as well as recovery for weeds. Keep your weeds out of the ground. So with that, we'll show you what to look for. This is our nice bag, and I'm going to plant a shrub for you today. So we're going to do this Caryopteris in this hole, which is already pre-dug. Don't mind the agaves, we're not in the southwest, these are just a little background here. And this is already removed from the pot. You may notice with some of the nursery material, they're actually putting rice hulls on top of the soil anymore, and that's actually to help with water retention in the planters. I'm going to show you the first thing to do once the hole is dug is make sure that it's not too deep. You always want it wider than deep. Okay, and you always want to loosen up your roots, so don't be afraid to be a little bit aggressive with them, because if you don't loosen them up, they'll never root into the soil, and you'll basically be able to almost pull them out of the ground even years after planting. So you want to be able to bust this up, get this all loose, and then set that nicely in the soil. Alright, now one thing that you can do with some of these mulches is actually use them as an amendment. So you can, in this case, almost mix it in with the existing soil that you're going to put back in the hole, since there is compost in this. And you're going to nicely blend that together. You want about 25% amendment. Most soils are only about 10-15% organic material. So you don't want to necessarily get rid of all of your base material before planting. And you never want to bury your plant. So always make sure you keep this top line up at the surface. So we're going to gently move all this stuff back into the hole here. Once that's planted, you always want to gently press around. That gets rid of any of the little air gaps that are in the soil. As you can see, it's all lined up with the level of the soil. And with that, you are ready to mulch. So we're going to just spread some of this around. Now the maximum mulching you want to have is about 3 inches. That's actually quite a bit. Usually I do about 2. And the reason you don't do a lot is because you can actually suffocate the plant out. The roots need oxygen, and they get that from the air from the surface of the soil. So you want just kind of a nice even pattern all around the shrubs. And then this gives you, once it rains, all this compost actually begins to enrich your soil and creates a nice soil tilth for your plant and a good growing start. And voila, you're mulched. Okay, so now that we got our shrub in the ground, I'm going to show you how to mulch around the tree. And when you mulch around the tree, the first thing you want to actually look for is the root flare. This is a little younger tree, so it doesn't have a real defined one, but you can see this kind of flared out area. You don't want a lot of material up and around this bark, so no volcano mulching. So what we're going to do is we're just going to spread this out. So you want only about a ½ inch to about an inch up around the trunk. That's it, no more. And then you can take it down to anywhere from about 2 inches to 3 inches once you start getting away. So you actually kind of want a feathered effect around the base of a tree. We're just going to nicely mulch this all in here, and then the compost will actually give it a little bit of nutrients, and then this will help keep with water retention around the base of the tree, as well as keep weeds out, because nobody wants to spend all day weeding. And so you can kind of see I'm just working it away from the base of the tree itself. Once you have that all set, you are good to go.